future is now. And welcome to the SVK Crypto Podcast. 15 minutes of crypto fame.
My name's Charles Story. I will be your host in the next 15 minutes. We're coming live from the City of London, so let's get down to business. Today's Tuesday, the 16th of January 2018. Bitcoin is currently trading at $12,007, down 16% in the last 24 hours. And what a ride it has been. We saw the tops around 13,200 today, going all the way down to around $11,800. Why? We've seen a lot of negative stories in the market. We've seen a lot of the market cap drop off. We've seen in excess of around 40, 50 to $60 billion taken away from the market cap. We've seen a lot of the retail investors out there who are not too fair of the markets, who are looking to make some quick money, come out because they've got scared, because they don't really understand what the market is and how it rolls. 16% is nothing in a day for crypto. And by the way, when you go up 40, 50, 60% in a day, that's also, that's just part of the journey, so to speak, in the crypto space. Ethereum, that's currently trading at $1,098. And that's down around 16% today as well. I mean, today so far, I'm just looking at a chart here. We saw it go from the tops of 1,253. It went all the way down to around $1,035. So that's what's been happening in the market with those two major assets that we follow very closely at SVK 15 Minutes of Crypto Fame. On the other hand, Ripple, that's kind of trading at $1.38 at the minute. That's had a scary ride today. I mean, that was trading at its high around nearly $2, going all the way down to around $1.15, kind of making its way back up now to $1.38. Ripple was something today that saw, quite a drawdown, around 25% down today per se so far. Dash, that's currently traded at $839. That's down 17%. And the last day, or today so far, we've seen it kind of drop down to the lows of around $757 at $839 at the minute. So we're seeing all the prices rebound. Neo's at $151 at present, down around 12% on the day thus far. Neo's been doing okay. Went from around 181, went down to the lows of today of 131, which by the way was a strong buy. And last but not least, QuantStamp, that's at 42 cents. QuantStamp's had a few lows today, a few great buying opportunities at around 26 cents was its lowest point, 42 at the minute, down to around 7% today. By the way, all of these prices, strong buy point. If you have fiat currency to deploy into the market, now is the time to get in. When everyone who doesn't understand the market is selling out of fear, it's the time to be greedy. And that is the time to buy. So if anyone's holding on fiat, you know what to do. Deploy it to the biggest names. Deploy it to something that you have conviction in, something that we've had on the show, or an ICO that's just come out and has been hammered by this. Time to deploy the capital, buy the dips, and sell the highs. With that in mind, let's get on to the next part of the show.
Crypto Newsflash. 5 crypto news stories from around the world.
Just before we get to our first story, I would like to thank the person who sent SVK Crypto a Trezor, a black Trezor. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. We're a big fan of Trezor as the security go-to cold storage solution, and we want to thank you for your Trezor. Very kind of you. Sadly, you didn't leave a note there, so we can't identify you and thank you in person, but thank you so much for sending it our way. And while we're in the business of giving thanks, we would like to thank Bluezell and the CEO, Pavel Baines, for adding us in their email this morning, the SVK Crypto 50 Minutes of Crypto Fame podcast, to all investors, all people who are subscribed to the newsletter. I want to thank you so much for adding us in there. We really appreciate the support. So with that in mind, let's get into the first story. German central bank director, crypto regulations must be international. A great story that's going to bring you up to speed of all things in the regulatory framework for the crypto space. So let's jump in. Joltscheim, and I can't pronounce his second name, is a member of the board of Germany's Bundesbank and has suggested that any attempt to regulate cryptocurrencies would require international cooperation. Speaking at an event in Frankfurt on Jan 15th, the directors told listeners, Effective regulation of virtual currencies would therefore only be achievable through the greatest possible international cooperation because the regulatory power of nation states is obviously limited. After the Chinese government banned cryptocurrencies exchanges from operating domestically in September, many Chinese crypto traders simply moved their activities to exchanges in Japan and possibly South Korea, according to some analysts. Many countries globally have already attempted regulatory control over cryptocurrencies in different ways. China has created strict controls, banning crypto exchanges and ICOs, and now attempting to close all exchange-like services. South Korea's Justice Minister recently proposed a trading ban, and the government has put other controls into place in the face of what some see as a cryptocurrency mania in the country. Russia has suggested some measures of legality for trading on official exchanges. The US is seeing regulation of cryptocurrency both on a federal and state level. The Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, issued multiple warnings for crypto investors last year and has already taken action against blockchain or crypto-related companies. On the state level, regulators in Texas recently issued a cease and desist order to a UK-based crypto company allegedly selling unlicensed securities to Texas residents. An interesting story. Hopefully I brought you up to speed of what the countries are currently trying to do and potential cooperation between them. With that in mind, let's jump into the next story. Crypto market suffers from uncertainty in Asia. It loses up to 40%. Bitcoin and altcoins lost up to 40% of their value the morning of Tuesday, Jan 16th, as regulatory pressure from China and South Korea appears to upset optimism. Now, this story is not going to be going over what's going on in the field of regulation, because we've just covered that. It's just going to be talking about, what's been happening with altcoins and the main assets in the crypto space and how they've been affected by the news. Cross-exchange data from CoinMarketCap reveals the extent of bear sentiment arising from the confused situation in Seoul and the news of additional trading sanctions from Beijing. On Monday, Cointelegraph reported of how Korean authorities would likely stop short of an outright cryptocurrency exchange shutdown, but had introduced fines for users unwilling to use personal identification data on crypto exchanges in the country. At the same time, China is looking to expand the scope of its September crypto exchange ban to end centralized trading in Bitcoin and altcoins in all forms, various sources now report. As of press time, Bitcoin had lost almost 15% on the news, while majority of major altcoin assets fared considerably worse, dipping between 20% and 30%. Some top 30 coins seeing over 40% losses. Bitcoin Cash which had a significant price advance on the first part of January, has fallen below $2,000 per coin. Ripple stood at 136 at press time, half of its January 4th high, over $3. Reactions to the events show what has become a standard selection in the cryptocurrency sphere and beyond. Traders lick their wounds. Pundits suggest the price correction as a healthy one. While a flurry of mainstream media articles hints at the bursting of the cryptocurrency bubble yet again. So this is a tweet from Paul, and I thought I'd bring it to your attention. You go follow him at Paul_BTC, and this is a really cool tweet. The crypto bubble has just started. 2018 will be the year to remember. Pray for a mini crash and remember to buy it. Scared money don't make no money. Oh man, Paul is on point of his tweets. So check him out and check out his content, because he's extremely well versed, let's say, in the crypto space. Let's jump to the next story. Just one person found to have caused Bitcoin's jump from $150 to $1,000 in 2013. A very interesting read, so let's get into it. A recent paper on Bitcoin price manipulation has shown that just one actor was likely responsible for driving the price of Bitcoin from $150 to $1,000 in 2013. The paper, co-authored by Niall Gandel, JT Hamrick, Tyler Moore and Tally Oberman, examines the suspicious trading activity that took place on the now defunct Mt. Gox cryptocurrency exchange, and claims that it correlated with the sharp increase of the USD to Bitcoin exchange rate in late 2013. The US dollar Bitcoin exchange rate rose by an average of 4% on 4 days when suspicious trades took place, compared to a slight decline on days without suspicious activity. The suspicious activity mostly consisted of two bots, Marcus and Willie, which used bitcoins that they didn't own to perform what appeared to be valid trades. These fraudulent transactions were included in the overall trading volume by the Mt. Gox exchange, showing a higher than normal amount of trading activity and thus prompting the public to begin trading legitimately. The paper postulates that the use of the Willy bot and its trades were additionally used to cover up an earlier hack at Mt. Gox. A theory initially exposed in a Reddit post shortly after Mt. Gox's collapse. And the post basically goes into this situation, is that hackers stole approximately 650,000 bitcoins from Mt. Gox in June 2011, and that the exchange owner Mark took extrajudicial steps to cover up the loss of several years. The price manipulation that occurred in the early Bitcoin crypto market, and the possibility for it to happen now as well, is due to the relatively thin market for cryptocurrencies that leaves them vulnerable to high price fluctuations. Chairperson Jay Clayton of the US Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, gave a speech in November warning about the high potential for price manipulation in the market for initial coin offerings. Back in August 2017, Cointelegraph reported about an anonymous actor known as Spoofy, who has been manipulating the Bitcoin markets by spoofing bidding or offering with the intent to cancel before the execution large amounts of Bitcoin. Spoofy, who is engaged in wash trading or buying and selling himself, has been successfully manipulating prices mainly on the Bitfinex exchange, which in turn influences the whole market due to how thinly cryptocurrencies are traded. Now that is going to change with the more and more adoption we see from the mainstream, and also the institutions, the institutional money that's going to be entering the space and is entering the space. With that in mind, let's get on to the top Twitter tweet of the day.
Top Twitter tweet of the day.
The top Twitter tweet today goes to Crypto21, and you can go follow them at Crypto21. And here's the tweet. My opinion and prediction of this Bitcoin downfall is a big bear trap. The whales are taking your money. Next week, it will take you straight to $25,000. Don't worry. Don't panic sell. And just buy some more crap coins. And wait until the smoke clears. Mark my words. Great tweet. Keep up the good work. The second tweet goes to Max Kaiser, and you can go follow them at Max Kaiser. Collapse of UK's Carillion, smacks of Lehman, Bear Stearns, and the 2008 GFC should remind Bitcoiners of why they own Bitcoin. The fiat world is a Ponzi, and the global sovereign bond market is trading at a very bubbly 300-year high. Hey, central banks. And it has an emoji of someone sticking their middle finger up. Great tweets. Follow them both. And remember also to follow at SVK_crypto if you're a Twitter user, or if you're in the Twitter sphere, so to speak. With that in mind, let's jump to the next part of the show.
SVK's current global crypto view.
The ICO we're looking at today is Tradove, and the token symbol for this is going to be BB Coin. The website for the token sale is www.bbcoin.tradove.com. The hard cap for the project is $52 million, $36 million pre-sale, $60 million public sale, and for 50% of total token supply. Conversion rate, 1 BB coin will equal around 16 cents. Maximum market cap at ICO on a fully diluted basis at $104 million. Bonus structure, 3 rounds, 30%, 20%, and 10%. January 1st to January 10th was the 30%, January 11th to January 20th, 20%, January 20th to January 30th, 10% additional, 30% bonus for contributions above $48,000. So, it's an ERC20 token, which means it's based on the Ethereum blockchain. Countries excluded USA, apart from accredited investors. So the timeline, pre-sale ongoing and ends January 31st, 2018. Crowd sale begins February 1st, 2018. So the project overview. So Tradove is a platform for businesses to be able to communicate and transact with each other, similar to how LinkedIn is a professional network and Facebook is a social network. Tradove will allow corporate buyers and sellers of goods and services on its platform to discover each other more easily, along with the added trust that a user on the Tradove network will have to verify their position as a representative for the business. Okay, so let's get into the opportunities. So TradeOver is an established business of over 250,000 users from over 200 Fortune 1000 companies. Very few ICO projects have this kind of user base. TradeOver's advisors include Mike Honda, former US Congressman, and Richard Rosenberg, former chairman and CEO of Bank of America. Both made a video for the project, which we believe puts an end to the FUD that alleges the project is a scam. So, okay, cool. So, the concerns, for some reason, there are chatters that the project is a scam. The FUD, so to speak, while not true, has dampened the sentiment of this project. In the Telegram channel, people are discussing refunds for their contribution, which almost never happens. The target users for BB Coin are corporate buyers and sellers, and mostly not cryptocurrency users. Therefore, the use of cryptocurrency would become a barrier of adoption for those target users, which would hinder the adoption of the project. So, our conclusion for this, just to kind of sum things up, overall we are neutral about both the flipping and for long-term potential for this ICO. Our thoughts on buying the token for flipping and investing for the long term are as follows. So, for flipping, we're kind of neutral. Pre-sale has been ongoing since November 2017 during a very strong market for altcoins, but has only raised a small portion so far. With the recent volatility we're experiencing, we believe it would be difficult for the project to successfully raise $52 million and have unmet demand after the ICO. So for the long-term holding, neutral. Once again, we believe that the introduction of the BB coin into the business model would hinder the growth of the project. Therefore, we're uncertain how likely the project will succeed. But listen, this is not financial advice. This is our in-house view. Remember to do your own research and due diligence. That's a wrap. I got to bounce. Have a great day. Remember to like, subscribe to our podcast, share it with your crypto community. Remember to like us to tweet us at SVK_crypto. If you have any questions, any queries, anything of the sort, please feel free to reach out to myself. Story at SVK Crypto, CSTORRY at SVKcrypto.com. Have a great day and be back tomorrow. And we have a couple interesting interviews lined up this week. So remember to stay tuned. Have a great day.
You've been listening to an SVK Crypto podcast original. Follow us on Twitter at SVK_crypto. Email us on cstory at svkcrypto.com. Leave us a message on our website, www.svkcrypto.com.